G'day everyone, welcome back. I know you can't see me. It is 6 o'clock on Sunday morning. It's the 29th of June and it's time to go and get some spraying done. So yes, it is, there we go, got some lights going. It is time to get spraying. I forgot my damn jacket and my vest. Took them both out because I had to take the kids to town on Friday, so I've got to put them back in the ute. It's freezing, at least it's not too windy. So you might be able to see a bit of the stuff's moving out there, but it's not too bad. It is only very minimal wind. I finished the canola on Friday and then I got up here and I set everything up for my wheat. I'll show you that when I get back down. So we're heading into the wheat, but I had to take the kids into town on Friday because I had to run hockey training for my eldest's team. So I had to leave here by 2:30 and I had every chemical except for one, and it got delivered at about 1:45, so I wasn't able to get spraying at all in the wheat, which was a bit unfortunate. And when you have such perfect weather, like the weather was just absolutely, it was just perfect to go spraying. But yeah, sometimes other things take priority. So I did that, and then yesterday I had to coach the hockey team as well. So I was doing that, and then I was in town, so I played my hockey game. Then we went to the movies with the kids. So we had the day off yesterday, but it's time to get into it today. So like I said, we are in the wheat. We are doing the broadleaf spraying here. I'll go through all the chemicals a little bit later on. Right now, we'll jump down, I'll show you. I've got everything lined up ready to go, so it looks all nice and neat. But other than that, I'll just get going so we can get spraying. And there's no issue about it being too early in the morning. It's 6 o'clock, and there's breeze. So what that means, two things. It means the sun's coming up, so you can see the sun over there, that orange glow, that's coming up. So whatever I spray on is gonna, as soon as the sun's up, it's all gonna soak it in. And the second one is you got breeze. So when you've got a wind, there's no dew, the plant's not wet, so you're not gonna ruin you're not gonna waste your spray. Yeah. I honestly thought this thing would have better lights out the front here. Anyway, this is what we're doing. So I've got it all nice and neat. I'll go through it later with you. We got that one, we got that one, and we got that one. That's the one I had to wait for. But I'll go through that all later with you. Right now I'm just going to get spraying, well, get brewing, so I can get out there, get spraying. Might have lied slightly. So when I said that there's no dew because there's wind, what I meant was that you can't have a dew, like a falling dew when there's wind. So there's obviously going to be dew out there, or there possibly could be, but in this instance there is dew out there on the crop, so the crop is wet. But when you've got wind, it means it's a rising dew, so the dew isn't falling. It means that when you're spraying something on it, it's not going to then have dew then fall on it, keep falling on it and wash it off the plant. So it was a wind, there was wind, so it's a rising dew, which means that I could get spraying without any issue. I knew that whatever dew is on the plant here is going to get absorbed into the plant with my chemical, and it's not going to wash off. Especially now you see the sun's coming up, it's all going to work well. So actually, when you go into a rising dew for spraying, it's actually really good for the plant, because, well, for the chemical really, because what you're doing is we're going at 80 litres a hectare when we're spraying. When you've got dew on the plant and then you spray on top of it, it increases your water rate to like 1,000 litres a hectare. Now yes, the chemical is not obviously changing, but what it means is that you get more absorption into the plant on a rising dew. At least that's how I see it anyway. It's what I was told back in the day, and I believe it to be true. But yes. Now what are we doing out here? We are doing the broadleaf spray. I'll go through the chemicals when I get back there. Now there aren't too many broadleafs out here. It is actually quite a clean paddock, but they are there. When I get out, I'm sure I won't be able to find one, but yeah, we'll see if we can. We're also doing our manganese, our zinc and our copper top-ups. They are in the brew. We've got, what else have we got? Well, I'll show you when we get there, but we've got residual chemical for fleabane, so that come the summertime we don't have fleabane growing out here in the paddock. Yeah, but I'll go through it and show you guys all the chemicals when I get back there. I just didn't show it this morning because it's yeah, it was dark and I wanted to get going and get spraying. It's now 7:09 and we've nearly finished our first outside lap. Currently on 50 hectares. By the time we finish it, it'll be 50, well, I don't know, 53 hectares to finish an outside lap, which is just crazy. This outside lap is bigger than our smallest paddock, which is 36 hectares, which is just there, which is the driveway. And now I'm thinking about it, I probably should have started the driveway first, but now we have to do that later on. Doesn't matter. So we'll just keep on spraying away with our 80 litre hectare brews. This is an 8,000 litre tank, so we get 100 hectare brews. Makes it really easy for math and makes it good because we've got the water, so you can actually absolutely feed it the water. If we were going for something more like grass-like, if we were doing arcade out here or something like that, you'd feed it at 100 litres just to get your ground cover and do all that, but we don't need to. We're just going 80 litres a hectare and yeah, we'll keep on rolling. When we're doing brews like this, we've got 7 chemicals that are going in. So preparation time takes a little bit. Because the water sucks in so quickly, you can't just, you know, I'll go over and I'll get my man track and then I'll come back over and start pouring that in. I'll grab my Kentril, off I go, put that in. You need to get it all set up, ready to go. My brew this morning, it was at 7,500 litres by the time I had finished everything. So I only had 500 litres to play with for it to finish. Now I can turn it off. I can just have the pump turn off and just use the granny hopper. But when I'm washing out these drums, you want to make sure you're using fresh water to clean them out because this is all going through drum muster. So you need to make sure they're clean, they're spotless. So you don't want to do that with chemicals. So anyway, what are we putting in? Well, we'll start with everything that goes in first. Well, we'll do it in the correct order. So first up, we use Foamex, and that is quite literally in the name. It's to stop this from foaming up. As this fills up, it agitates, and when it's agitating, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it can create a hell of a foam party in there, and then you end up with a big pile of foam on the ground behind you. The next, we've got Kentril. So this is actually a Capryolid, and what this does is it controls the woody weeds that are out there, but it also has a residual which controls the so the woody weeds come summertime. So fleabane. Fleabane is a pain in the arse to kill once it gets past a certain size, and if you don't get onto it early enough in summertime, it's a nightmare to try and kill. But if you've got Kentril in the brew now, what it means is that later on in the year we don't need to worry about it to an extent. The next we've got is Mandate. So this is called, oh god, I can't even pronounce that. Some of these chemicals. We use Mandate to control wild oats. Now, we don't have wild oats in every paddock. Now, they're probably not growing at the moment, or they could be. Wild oats is a grass. Now, we put it in our wheat spray because this stuff, this Mandate, is a hell of a lot cheaper than doing it in the barley spray. So once every 3 years, we spray for wild oats in the paddock. So 3-year rotation, barley, so canola, wheat, barley. Every time it gets to wheat, we spray it for the, we just always put that in and just try and keep the wild oat population down. Next, we've got Trojan. So Trojan's over here in the jug. That's also Mandate just there. I need a bit more. So Trojan, that is just an insecticide. We're killing whatever insects are out there aiming for aphids, things like that that are going to start eating our crop. We just want to make sure that nothing is going to be having any lunch out there. We don't want that. Up here, this is Mantrack Pro. So this is just manganese. That's just solidly manganese. We're adding more manganese in to the brew. And that goes on here with the signature. So this is the Wilchem. This is the 242 zinc manganese copper. So we're adding, I don't know how much more manganese, to be completely honest with you, but we're adding more manganese in, and that's because our soil is just so manganese deficient that we just like to chuck it in and have it in there, like top it up, just to make sure that the plant's getting exactly what it needs out there. The next here is Sundowner. So this is the MCPA, same stuff that we were using in the barley. In fact, everything's the exact same as the barley except for the mandate. This here, we're going for any broadleaf out there, any capeweed, any marshmallow, anything, anything that could be out there. That's what that's going for. And then the last one here, this is Deluge. So this is just a wetting agent, and this just makes sure that everything in there, as you know, that's a lot of chemicals. It binds it to the water and it helps it stick to the plant, and then it helps it stay in the plant long enough to be absorbed. If you don't have that in, it's not as good. You might be able to get away with it, but with all these chemicals, and certain chemicals need to make sure that they've got a wetter with them, that's why we've got that. So, time to get brewing. Now I'm going to do it a bit differently this time. This Kentrell takes a long time. It's got a tiny little mouth. I don't know why, but stupid design. So I'm going to put that in dry before I start anything up, because that took way too long to get out last time. So I'm going to put that in first, and then I'll start the pump up. We'll get roaring, and we'll get spraying. And of course, because we're putting in so many chemicals through the granny hopper, we're going to wear our mask. Safety first. So the Mantrack there, you can see I have to rinse that for quite a while, and the reason is it actually settles out at the bottom of it. So you got to try and get it all out around the bottom rim. But yeah, it's quite an annoying product. I much prefer it in this form here. This form is much better, the Wilchem, compared to Mantrack, the Yarra Bitter. It just always settles out. It's always the worst. And that's a 10 kilo jug, but it weighs about 15 to 16 kilos. So that's why Henry can't, with his back at the moment, well, with his ribs, can't. He could probably do the rest, but he definitely can't do that. And there's 50, well, there's 5 of them to lift. You got to shake them. They're a pain in the bum. Anyway, that's brewing. So I'm going to get going. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and do the driveway paddock, because I forgot to do that. So we'll go and do that now, so that that's done and out of the way. And then once we've done that, we'll go back into Mum's front there and run the nice big long runs now. So, well, they've all been long runs, but we don't have any power poles or rock poles to go around anymore. So it's pretty smooth sailing. Oh, it's much better sitting inside the cab than what it is out there. It's only 8 degrees, but with that wind chill, she's frosty. Whew, rightio, let's get going. One question you might have about everything that's going in this brew is why not add Flexian in? Because, you know, I've been telling you guys that I need to get out here and spray this with Flexian. Now, other farmers do add Flexian into this brew. We choose not to. So there's 2 reasons why we don't flat fan out Flexian. Now, when I'm talking flat fan, our nozzles, you know, it's a flat fan compared to the streaming nozzles when you Flexian. When you flat fan Flexian on, it can really, and it does really, touch up the plant. So it burns the leaves, and it just, yeah, it doesn't look pretty. It gets through it. Like it shouldn't really have any lasting effect, like on yield, but there is the possibility. So that's the first reason that I don't do that, because with Flexian and the Legacy, so the MCPA, it really hots the brew up. Those 2 things. The Legacy will touch everything up here like it did to the barley. It'll turn it yellow, and yeah, if you do that with the Flexian, it looks absolutely horrible, and it just doesn't look nice. You just feel like you've killed your crop. The recommendation is, once you spray it, go on holiday for 2 or 3 weeks and then come back. So you can imagine what it sort of would look like. So that's why we don't do that. But the second reason, also with flat fanning Flexian, means that it gets all over my boom spray. So when we stream, you don't get Flexian going everywhere. You don't get the drift. You know, we get the cloud that comes out the back of this, which you know, that's just your normal spray cloud. But that is obviously going over everything, and that means that Flexian is also going over your boom. And we just don't want to do that. When we do Flexian, we stream it on. We wash the boom every night when we do Flexi, just to make sure that it's all, you know, it's all good. We're not, you know, getting rust or anything, you know, happening out the back there. But yeah, just if we were more pressed for time, then I might consider it. But I've still got plenty of time to get back out here and spray the Flexian out. It's, you know, we'll finish this the wheat within this week. We'll go probably do the canola and do the rest of the fungicide on the canola, and then we'll probably maybe hit the barley with the Flexian, then go back into the canola, hit that with the Flexian, then come into the wheat and do the wheat with the Flexian. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We're going to be pretty pressed for everything. I know I go on holiday for a week next week, so hopefully Henry's ribs are filling up for it. But if not, my holiday will be cut short. But seeing him on the weekend, or yesterday, he seems to be moving a lot better than what he was. So it is on the mend. But if I can get all of this weight done, so he doesn't have to lift anything, then after that it's actually pretty easy for him to just go and spray the wheat when it's just that. Sorry, spray the canola when it's just going out of a shuttle. There's well, a drum, an Enviro. There's no lifting required, and it's pretty easy work. Yeah, nearly finished the driveway. We are nearly done, only 2 more passes. We're backing out into the wheat, which will be good, because as you can see, these are very small, short passes. It takes a lot of time. We're currently at 35 hectares and I started this at 8:30 and it's currently 9:16. Small paddocks, they just harm your efficiency. It's ridiculous. You know, the day's not getting any warmer. It is still quite chilly. The sun's hidden behind the clouds all day, but I suppose that's winter. Okay, figured I'd jump out and I'd show you the crop essentially. You know, we can see it from the cab, it all looks pretty good, but you know, you want to see it from the ground. And it's a very clean crop. Yeah, there's no disease on any of the plants. There's a little bit of yellow tipping like that, but that's probably something more to do with, you know, maybe a bit of nitrogen deficiency or even wind. We've had a lot of bad wind lately. Excuse me, you're gonna have to, got a bit of a head cold and it's giving me the sniffles. But it's very clean. So here, just seeing, we got ourselves a broadleaf. Now what that is, I'm not sure, could be medic, something like that, clover. But that's what we're spraying, stuff like that, make sure it's all clean. As you can see, there is nothing pretty much in the rows. It's all very good at the moment. Now obviously in the barley we had fungicide in it. That was obviously one thing I missed out this morning. We did have fungicide in the barley because we're going for the spot type net blotch, but we don't need to do that in the wheat. The wheat, you don't need to put fungicide on to protect it from anything because it shouldn't be getting anything on it just yet. There's obviously stuff like septoria and rust. That's sort of something that you got to watch out for, but these varieties now are very resistant to that sort of stuff, so it's never really been an issue for us. I think last time I sprayed for septoria, it was a trail boom, and it was probably a wheat on wheat paddock, to be honest. So yeah, we don't do that. We rotate our paddocks, so there's no issue there. We might have to do a fungicide later on, and that'll be when it's in head, and that's normally for powdery mildew. So yeah, when it's nearly head emergence, you want to try and get a fungicide spray across it to give it a head wash to get the head protected come, you know, leading into harvest. If we have a nice wet winter and leading into a wet spring, then that's where you'll have you'll get your powdery mildew, and that's when we'll be out here just doing a solely dedicated spray, fungicide spray. But all in all, this crop is looking fantastic. This is obviously our first sown wheat. Yeah, compared to our last sown, it's not a huge amount of difference. This is obviously a bit thicker. Wheat, wheat isn't as bushy or as biomassy as what barley is. Barley, obviously, you wouldn't really be able to see the interrow, but you can with the wheat. But yeah, it is just looking fantastic. It's nice, it's green. It's not even starving. It's not looking like it's hungry for those trace elements that we're putting in there. Normally, especially in wheat, you'd be able to pick it looking across the paddock. You'd be able to see those dull green areas, which is a sign of manganese deficiency, but we're not seeing that, and I'm putting that down to the fact that that's now in the liquid system, and that's all going down in there, so it's getting it straight up. You know, it's already got it, it's already using it, it's not deficient, and we're now just topping it up, which we haven't done before. So I'm hoping that hoping this year we see the results come the time we put the header in. It's really what I'm hoping for, but so far it looks like an amazing crop, so just hopefully that the rain keeps up. But this is my fourth tank. I'm nearly finished this one, and it's currently 1:30, so we are cruising through the day, which is good. So we'll just keep on going. I'll definitely get another tank out, and I'll try and get another one. The wind has been pretty good today, but yeah, I just want to try and get as much of this wheat done as possible, because come Thursday is when we're all away, including Henry. We're all going off for a wedding, so yeah, I better stop talking and I better get in there.
The other night, saw you glance, your everlasting light. Met your eyes, razor sharp, cut right through the crowd. I don't even want to know your name, I just wanna keep you to myself. Stay with me or leave me be, I want you all too bad. We're strangers in the night. We're in a strange delight. Come with me and you will see we are bound to be strangers in the night. Walk the walk, talk the talk, get me through the maze. Dazzled eyes shining bright, a never-ending space. I don't even want to know your name, I just wanna keep you to myself. Stay with me or leave me be, I want you all too bad. We're strangers in the night. We're in a strange delight. Come with me and you will see we are bound to be strangers in the night.
Not sure if it'll pick up on the camera, but you can sort of see this sort of section here is a different green. It's more of a lime green than the dark green that's the rest of it. So I'm in a new paddock now. This is a sandy ridge, and what it's showing is manganese deficiency. We'll see if you can see it sort of in this valley just here. You might be able to see that. And that's, yeah, manganese deficiency, along with other deficiencies, but manganese is, you know, the prominent one. So that's why we apply so much manganese to the plant, chuck it in the brew, just to yeah, bring it all up. I mean, the rest of it does look good. I haven't noticed it in the other paddock or out the rest of this paddock so far, but where you get the sand is obviously where you're going to notice deficiency first. And yeah, obviously you can see it there. I honestly don't know if it shows up on the camera or not, but I've only got about 5 hectares to go, and this tank is done. So that's 500 hectares done for the day. So I've had a very good day of spraying. It is, what is the time? It's nearly 4, so I won't be able to get another tank out now. The wind has dropped off drastically, like, yeah. Well, it'll be touch and go if I can finish off this last 5 hectares with the wind, put it that way. But yeah, I'm gonna get this tank done and then we'll go again tomorrow. I'll find out tomorrow if Henry's good enough to get on the boom or not, but yeah, we'll just keep on going. We've got, I think, 1,500 hectares of wheat in, so we're at least only got 1,000 to go, so only a few more days and we'll smash through it, which will be good. So I'm gonna leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Catch you in the next one.